One day, at sunrise, I was running very fast. There were more than 100 horses running with me. The funny thing was that I was a horse too. All day long, I ate my favorite fruits, visited my favorite places, and spent the day very happily. At night, exhausted, I slept on the grass. Suddenly, I woke up. When I opened my eyes, I was in my room, on my bed, as a human being. That day, the dream I had seen more real than reality. The first question that came to my mind was, am I a man or a horse? Was I dreaming that I was living as a horse while I was living as a human? Or was I dreaming that I was living as a man while I was a horse? That's when I decided to make an episode about it. There are many theories that suggest that our human existence isn't real, that nothing we see, hear, or feel is real, and that we are all living in an illusion. The concept I will be discussing today is a little more advanced. If you don't understand this video the first time you watch it again. If you still don't get it, keep watching until you do. This video is going to be very interesting. Can you confidently say that the life you are living now is 100% real? Did you know that for 4.5 billion years, our Earth has been revolving around the Sun in a single orbit? If the Earth were to move just 1 meter closer to the Sun, there wouldn't be a single drop of water on the Earth. It would all evaporate. Conversely, if the Earth moved 1 meter further away from the Sun, everything on Earth, including us, would turn to ice. How is it that such a large Earth can orbit so perfectly without moving even a millimeter off course? Have you ever wondered? How is it that all human beings are formed in the same way in the womb, with 2 eyes, 2 hands, and 2 legs? Nature follows the laws of physics perfectly. But if we ask who made those laws, the average person might say it's God. But the world's top theoretical scientists say that yes, it was God, but that God is just an ordinary person like you and me. They say that God is a computer programmer running a computer simulation outside our world. Our universe began with the Big Bang when this human-like God pressed the enter button on his computer, and we are all part of this simulation. You suggest that there are many such people, hence the concept of multiple universes. A computer programmer working in a software company in our high-tech city is no different from this God. The reason they say God is a human is because our technology has almost tripled in the last 10 years. At present, we are experiencing many things that are not real, such as 3D movies, virtual reality, simulation games, Xbox, PS5, and so on. They make us feel like we're in a world that doesn't exist. In another 25 years, people will be able to create a universe as complex as ours in a computer simulation program. The characters in that simulation, who are like people, won't even have a 1% idea that it's a simulation. They will live normal lives, just like us. If we create a world like ours in 25 years, the beings in that simulation could create another simulation 25 years later. Now let's think the other way around. If we create a simulation as perfect as ours, where the beings don't know that it is a simulation, then it is possible that someone else created us in such a perfect simulation. Top theoretical scientists suggest that we are all part of a computer program. They claim that all the physical and biological laws in the world are values set within that program. If you have ever played games like GTA, Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed, or Red Dead Redemption, the game is played entirely from the point of view of the main character. We tell the hero what to do in the game, but the hero thinks he is moving on the basis of his own thoughts. But in reality, it is us who are controlling him, something he is not aware of. The same thing could happen in our lives. For example, someone might have told you to watch Vikram Aditya videos, but you think you are watching them of your own volition. In the game, at some point, the character dies and a new game starts, just like in our lives. Another category of scientists believes that our whole life is someone else's dream. Some dreams you have in your life feel more real than reality itself, where you laugh or cry and wish it was a dream or hope it isn't. When you have such dreams, haven't you wondered whether the dream is real or whether you are real? We create God when we say a deity possesses someone, and we create demons when we say someone is possessed. If we create God and demons, why is it surprising that we can also create this crazy world? Hi, if you're new to my channel, I am Vikram Aditya from India. In just 30 seconds, I want to introduce you to a life-changing tool, the Mahabharat, authored by me. It's said that no matter what problems you're facing, you can find solutions in the Mahabharat. I'm confident that reading this book will be one of the most enriching experiences of your life. These timeless stories are not just reading material, they are a comprehensive library of solutions for your everyday challenges. The complete story of the Mahabharat is available in 2 parts and is available in over 50 languages. Check the description for links to get this transformative book in your home. Remember, it's not just a book, it's a gateway to wisdom. Some scientists argue that the whole world is a hologram. A hologram is like those shiny stickers you see on some items in the supermarket that look different from different angles. It is a three-dimensional image on a two-dimensional surface. Our world is said to be similar. This can be explained in two ways. Firstly, the life we live in three dimensions is actually only one dimension. In addition to our world, there are several dimensions that run parallel to it. For example, what happens to us when we die? Perhaps we are born in the seventh dimension. If we die in that dimension, we might be born in the 10th dimension, and if we die again, we might return to the third dimension. This happens in a cycle. Now for the second aspect of the hologram concept. According to this, in one dimension, there is only you and the chair you are sitting on. There is no computer in front of you. In the second dimension, there is you and the computer, but no chair. In the third dimension, there is your chair and your computer, but you do not exist. These three dimensions overlap and create the reality we perceive. Some scientists also argue that we are like microorganisms. Did you know that 5 minutes after you brush your teeth, there are 50 billion bacteria in your mouth? These bacteria probably think that the mouth is their whole world. They may think that there is a God outside that mouth. Similarly, we might be microorganisms on a living thing or near a drain and think that this is our world. But the bacteria in our mouths live 100 years in 24 hours. We live 100 years in 100 years. Another living being, where we exist as microorganisms, could live 100 years in 1,000,000 years. We could call them Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. The difference between these three is the speed at which they perceive time. If the blood circulation in humans were 5% slower than it is now, when we see 1 second, they would see it as 10 seconds. This means that they could see everything going on around them in slow motion. They could catch a fly no matter how fast it was flying in front of them. For example, if a car takes 10 seconds to go from one end of the road to the other, we can see it. If it goes in 1 second, it looks like a flash. If it takes 0.001 seconds, we cannot see the car, only hear the sound. So time alone can make us feel that something exists or doesn't exist. There are only two real things in this creation, time and space. Any physical laws you want to prove can only be based on these two. There are another group of scientists. They claim that aliens are conducting social experiments on humans in a laboratory called Earth. They use our Earth as part of their research into the behavior of an advanced species. They say that these aliens created us, and that's why they move around unseen by us. If you ask what reality is, there are two types: absolute reality and relative reality. Absolute reality is ultimate truth. Nobody knows what it is, and it is not under our control. We cannot change it. Relative reality is the reality we experience, what we see, hear, think, and understand. This is within our control, but we often choose not to control it. The monks in the Himalayas can control this relative reality. Despite the biting cold in the Himalayas, these monks and ascetics can live without even wearing a shirt, without eating delicious food, and without physical comforts. Why do they do this? Because they know that it's all an illusion, that nothing is really real. They understand that the feeling one gets from eating biryani is just a form of programming, not reality. That's why they give up all comforts and live a spiritual life. So who are the real sages, these monks or us? What is the difference between humans and animals? Animals do not know that they will soon die, but they live freely and independently. Only humans know that nothing is eternal and that we will die eventually, but we live under the illusion that we are eternal. Despite this knowledge, we live like animals, hiding behind masks of cunning, deceit, enmity, and envy. We do not know whether the life we are living is real or not. So why do we make negative emotions like hatred, jealousy, and pride real? From now on, let us let go of all these negative emotions and live our life like a sweet dream. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you find my content valuable and enjoyable. If you're ready to transform your life with the wisdom of the Mahabharat, click the link in the description to get your copy today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more inspiring content. See you in the next video.